Hey everybody, it's Jennifer and Vicki from 2QB Travel and 2 Queen Bees Itinerary. Today we're going to be talking about first time cruising. So, back in 2019, I went on my first cruise. My daughter and I went on a Carnival Sunshine. It's a small ship, and at that time they were cruising out of the port of Charleston, which they don't do cruises from Charleston anymore. Um, but we were talking earlier about some things that maybe I didn't realize because I had never gone through the experience. One thing, we drove down to the port and had to pay for parking. Then you're taking your bag. Actually, I think we drove through and a porter, a porter got our bags out of the car, and they said to tip between $2 to $5 a bag or something like that. So we tipped them cash, and they took our bags, which had tags on it. So they send you your tags via email or either in the mail.
And it's going to be a full page, and you have to, up until recently, they would send it to you in the mail, and there were stickers, so you could just take it, and it would already be folded, take the backing off, and wrap it around your suitcase. Now, I don't know of anybody other than Disney that does that. Everybody else will send you your tags in an email, and you print it.
Okay.
So that was one of
the things you have to do and prepare before you go, because they have to know where to put it in your room. Because when you first board the ship, so you're going through security at the port and everything, and you want to be sure to carry on, if you're taking a backpack or a bag, your medicine, maybe your swimsuit if you want to go swimming, anything that you'll need, your phone, before your bag gets to your room, because it could be a few hours. So I remember one of the things we did after we went through the port, that took some time in Charleston. I do remember that. It was a lot of walking and a lot of time. And then once you got on the ship, it was just like a big party. There were people on the Lido deck that were already there. I think we boarded around noon, and they had Guys Burgers out there on the Lido deck, so we went and got lunch. You can walk around and tour different parts of the ship. I know with Celebrity, we were able to go through and look at the spa.
kind of like a tour. They had
like a tour.
So my first cruise was in 1998, and at that point, everything was paper, pretty much like it is now. And you got your documents in the mail, and you did your suitcases, but you couldn't go to your rooms. They would actually have the doors to the halls to the rooms would be locked. And so you were only able to go in the middle or the Lido deck or the pool, and you couldn't go to your rooms until after 3 p.m. And I guess that gives them time for the stores
to prepare.
To prepare. Now, when Jennifer and I go, we've been able to go directly to our rooms, and our luggage has either been there or showed up very quickly. We do still take a carry-on little backpack, and then so it's changed, is what I was trying to say. It has changed. You can get to your room, and then you have the rest of the afternoon before you have the sail-away party. And you can have lunch on the
ship,
on the Lido deck, or in the main dining room.
Okay.
So tell me about, what was the first thing that surprised you when you got on the Sunshine?
I think what surprised me before actually getting on board was standing in line to get on.
The terminal.
The cruise terminal. It like I said, it took some time. It was very busy. And we were, taking we had, I think, a check bag, or not check bag, but we had a little roller, and we had a big bag, my daughter and I together, so we were taking one of those ourselves. It was a lot of people on a tiny boat. I do remember that.
Yeah, Sunshine is
ship, excuse me, not boat.
Yeah, no, right? How dare you?
Yeah.
But Sunshine is one of Carnival's older. They've actually retired it now, and they do not sell out of Charleston.
No.
But let's talk about cruise ports.
Mhm.
So I did a lot of Carnival in the beginning, and then we did Royal Caribbean. And there was not a whole lot of difference when it comes to the lines. Like
Mhm.
they say you can check in at 10:30 or 11, and you get there, and it is an hour and a half before you get to where you get through security. Disney, their ports are a lot. Their cruise terminals are a lot nicer, and they are very regimented. If they say you come on at 11:30, you're not getting in that line until 11:30.
Mm.
But it's pretty quick. Now Celebrity, y'all know that I'm partial to Celebrity.
Mhm.
We just went on the Reflection, which is a smaller ship, and it was one of the smoothest embarkations that
It was,
I've ever
and they had a
experienced.
super nice waiting area in Fort Lauderdale. So it was just like a nice area with
They had like
comfortable seating, water,
yeah.
everything there just to make you comfortable. And then they kind of say, hey, it's time to board. So
As soon they have an area where you sit, you don't have to
Mhm.
stand, and then once I think that gets full, they let you board, and then they fill it up again from what we can tell.
and you have to have your passport
Yes.
going through security and everything. So don't just pack that away in your bag. Keep your ID and your passport on you.
And keep cash for the porters.
Yes.
I do always tip the porters. I think that that makes a huge difference, having somebody take care of your luggage. So once you get through, you do have to go through a security check. You have your passport. They'll take a picture, or if you've sent a picture in, they'll make sure that it's the same, and then they'll give you your card, and your picture is attached to that card when you scan in on and off the ship at your ports. And then from there, you go through security. You get on the ship. Carnival is fun and lively and
Party. Yeah.
It's party. You're drinking when you first get on, and then if you go on Royal Caribbean is kind of a party ship.
too.
Yeah. Jennifer hasn't been on Royal Caribbean yet, but we're gonna take care of that before the end of the year. And then once you do that, you have time to go look at the ship, to get some something to eat, to do a tour, to find like the casino, where your dining room is. And another thing that you might not know if you're new is that most of the time you have a set dining time.
Mhm.
If you go to dinner early, which I think it's 5:30 around that time, then you go to dinner and then you're available for the late show. If you go to dinner late, which is closer to 7:38, then you go to the early show, which is 6. And that's what I've always done is followed whatever schedule we had for dinner. However, I've discovered my time dining. So Jennifer and I have been on a couple celebrities, and we've done the Aqua Suite, and we have access to the Blue Restaurant, which is a specialty restaurant. That's our main dining, but we like to try to go, especially when it's a longer cruise, to try the different restaurants. So we do my time dining, which I think we
It
have
works.
eaten as early as 5 and as late as 8:30.
Yeah.
And we haven't had to wait long.
Mhm.
Not to say that everybody does that, but also it gives you a little freedom if you want to go to an early show, or if you have, you want to go spend time in the adult arcade,
Mhm.
which is fairly recent for us. We do a tour of the spa, of the thermal suite, the thermal spa, I think is what they call it, since we're Aqua Suite. And then what else? Here's some things that you didn't know, and I did not know this for quite a while. You can take a 12-pack of Coca-Colas
Mhm.
and a case of water per
Mhm.
person per room. So if you don't buy the drink package, or even the non-alcoholic drink package, you can take your own Cokes. I usually
Mhm.
take the little mini ginger ales. I like to take those at night. And then we have a cruise hack. So we like to get our coffees early in the morning, but they bring milk. They don't bring like creamer. So we get the little
Individual creamers, the little boxes.
Yeah, we take a couple of those boxes, and that way we have our coffee like we like it.
Yeah.
All right, so then you get on there the first night. You had dinner.
Mhm.
Then did you guys do shows? Did you know about the shows?
We did. We went to a comedy show, which the first one I think was at 7 maybe, and then they had a late one, so the 7 o'clock was booked up. We couldn't get in. Then the 9 o'clock we got there 30 minutes early and barely got in.
wow.
So,
Was it adult?
it was an
No.
adult
Yeah.
one. Yep.
That's usually the second one's a little raunchier.
Mm-hmm.
But
And what else? We saw some other acts and things like that in another area. Yeah. I mean, it was definitely a different experience from Celebrity and the other um, cruises I've been on with Vicky. So we did not get in the pool the whole time because somebody was either pooping or peeing in the pool and they shut it down,
yeah, they do.
or it was just full of kids. We did not even get in a hot tub the whole time because that was a small ship, and I think there was only like 2 or 3 hot tubs, and they were constantly full. So we didn't really get to enjoy that. We did lay out on the sun deck and enjoy that. And the pizza that was 24 hours, they had really good pizza. So like after you're, playing around all day and going and doing arts and crafts and all the shows and just running around the ship, it was kind of fun to go like at midnight and go get a little personal pizza. A lot of people seem to enjoy that, and the ice cream.
I was just going to say my favorite part is the ice cream, the unlimited 24-hour ice cream. Of course, sometimes depending on what cruise line you're on,
Yeah.
that's broken or out. Out of thing. So several things that every cruise line has is room service.
Yes.
Not all of them are free. Usually it's a charge, a flat charge, $9.98 or whatever, $9.99, and then a tip gratuity. Every cruise line I know has either 24-hour or late night pizza, a separate pizza bar, and then the ice cream. So that's like notorious across the lines. I love room service. We could go and have a huge dinner full as a tick. We go back to the room and I'm ordering room service. And I don't know why. I think it's just like one of my vacation things I like. But they have pretty good menu on room service as well. And then I always make sure that I have cash to tip the person who brings it to us for room service. Whether we charge it or not, whether they have a gratuity, I like to give them, let's say $5 or something.
Yeah.
That way in the morning, when we get our continental breakfast or our coffee, usually it is right on time. We've had good experience with that. So let's talk about some things that you do free that first time cruisers might not know about.
So the entertainment is free. Comedy shows, singing, dancing, whatever they've got going on. Some of the arts and crafts, the arts and crafts were free. I know we did the paint and pour or whatever that time, and we paid for that, but we've done like the dot art. I think they had.
I love the craft. Jennifer's just like, all right, I'm dotting this art.
We let's see what else. They had macrame or something, but we didn't go to that.
Trivia Pursuit, like
Okay.
in the bars and the little lounges. They always
Okay.
have different kinds of music.
Trivia.
Yep, they do have bingo. That's not free, but it's fun. And then they have, of course, the casinos. But you were with Hannah, so you probably
Yeah,
didn't.
no. And I think Carnival's casino was smoking too.
We now have non-smoking casinos in the fleet. Now, I'm not sure. I know that Royal Caribbean has non-smoking casinos, but I have not smelt smoke in Celebrity casinos,
No.
so I don't know if it's a non-smoking.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Non-smoke.
And then as we were playing the machines, we did get free drinks. And I know there's a lot of talk about your status and if you get the free drinks or not, but no one's ever asked me for my card or my status. They did ask if I had a drink package. I think I've been asked that. But so that's gambling's not free. Specialty coffees are not free. That's going to cost you.
Unless you have a drink package, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you have a drink package, that's included.
The special restaurants.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gotta know
specialty restaurants.
every ship has a specialty restaurant. Some have multiple, and those will cost. And they're usually a small surcharge. I can't tell you exactly, but it feels like it was like $40 for a fancy steakhouse. It would be $40 extra, whereas you would pay $150 if you did that anywhere else. Art shows. they have art shows. They have like when they tell you about the port you're going to, they'll have like what's it called? Presentation. That's it. They did a lot of that when we were in Alaska. We would have a presentation about where we were going the next day, and they would tell you what, the animals that are there, what to look for, just about the town. I like that kind of stuff.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shops on board, so, well, not a lot, but, a handful of shops. Some of them are luxury items, like timepieces, luxury
Jewelry.
bags. We saw some Louis Vuitton and whatnot. Jewelry, yeah.
They have lots of jewelry. And they'll have real jewelry, and they'll have costume jewelry. So if you like that, and that's a good
liquor. There was a liquor store.
That's right.
Yeah. So just different things like that, and probably the bigger the ship, the more you see.
Absolutely. Yep. Lots of that. I like Starbucks, and there are Starbucks on Royal Caribbean. I don't know that I've seen them everywhere else. I'm sure they are. It's just you can get coffee from your Cafe Baccio, yeah.
On Celebrity.
That does cost. That's a specialty coffee. Unless you're in the casino playing, and then they would go get you a coffee. But they did for me. That was nice. Moscato.
Yeah.
While you're playing the slots, did not charge.
Or Coke.
But we did tip them.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Yeah, we would tip them cash. And so I'm trying to think of some other things, because like I said, it's been so long since I've been on a cruise. I know that they used to have scavenger hunts, and I don't know if they do that anymore, but you would get a list of things you go find around the ship.
Oh.
And you would do that on maybe a sea day. That's probably with the arts and crafts area. The Trivia Pursuit, the clubs, the piano bar.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Like you can find
all kinds of stuff to do.
Yeah.
And they're always having something kind of party-esque, like a pool party. They have remember they had the crew versus guests in the pool when they were playing volleyball and stuff. They have special things with the captain, like on Celebrity.
He's always out and about.
They're always like out in the open.
Deck parties.
They had ABBA night. They had the Shine party.
That's right.
They have, somebody was saying they have like a country western theme night. And they have on the longer cruises 2 formal nights that you can choose from, which is basically they have photographers out and you're dressed up, for dinner, and then you go get your picture made, and the pictures cost, of course.
And you don't have to dress up if you don't want to.
Yeah,
but
you don't have to.
It's always fun to put a little fancy on.
Yeah.
And they also have, you were saying they have photo packages that you can buy beforehand. If you're going to do a lot of pictures, we normally just do one. The one with the ship in the back. Although last year we got one with us in our fancy.
Yeah.
So you never know what you might do. And they will have like a little drugstore area. It's usually where the liquor's at, which you can buy the liquor, but you can't consume it until you're off ship. And that's always, I thought that was weird. But if you forget like sunscreen, or you need a Tylenol, or any of your necessities. Now you can also ask your room steward, and they probably can get you like a toothbrush, toothpaste, maybe a razor.
You can also request what else from your room steward? Ice every day.
Ice.
Because the little refrigerator, or what you think is a refrigerator, is really more like a cooler in your room.
But if there's liquor, or if there's bottled water in there, make sure you check. There's going to be something that tells you whether it's part of your room or it's extra, and most likely it's going to be extra.
You can ask for a mattress topper if your bed's not as comfortable or soft as you need it to be, and usually they have an extra pillow for you, or a pillow menu if you're in Aqua Class.
I was going to say that we have the pillow menu.
Yeah.
I don't know that we've gotten any fancy thing different though.
No.
I think we requested a yoga mat
and didn't get it.
We weren't going to do yoga anyway, but we wanted to. The thought was there, the hope was there.
And they have your shampoo, soap, and stuff in the shower, so you don't have to worry about that. And Vicki always, no matter how many towels are in there, She's gonna say, I need extra towels.
I do
So,
even. And I need an extra blanket. And now I will be asking for ice. I've gotten out of that. I like having ice, especially my little ginger ale. So we'll probably ask for an ice. And another thing I like to do, I like to have the paper menu, not menu, but
Itinerary.
the itinerary. They do have it on your app. You have to make sure everything you need, but I still kill trees. I like it being printed and kind of carried around because you can forget. Like they have 5 or 6 things scheduled at the same time, and sometimes you're just hopping from one to the next, and wanting to see it all and do it all. So there's definitely a lot of things you can do on a cruise that is included in your cruise fare. They do also have, majority of them have an adult only area or adult only pool. It doesn't mean it's going to be less crowded or less rowdy. It just depends on the mood of the guest, but they're always an adult area option.
yes, so on Celebrity Beyond and the Reflection, I believe, in the solarium, it has a sign on the glass doors, nobody admitted 16 or under. So,
Yep. We have areas, adult only bars, sunset bars on the back of the
Yeah,
ship. It's
beautiful.
beautiful. Absolutely. All right, I think that may be all the things I can think of.
well, if you guys have any questions about first time cruising or anything we can help with, let us know. We appreciate you
Leave a
watching.
comment, and don't forget to like, follow, and comment. And remember, life is short.
Book the trip.
Thanks, guys.
Oh.